dead!
Book of Boba Fett culminated in the final showdown between Cad Bane and Boba Fett himself, a relationship and showdown that has been decades in the making. Most of you probably know that Cad Bane and young Boba Fett faced off in an unfinished episode of Star Wars The Clone Wars, and that Cad Bane is himself responsible for the dent in Boba's helmet. Now, of course, we've seen the final end to that character at the hands of Boba Fett, but is it actually the final end? Today I'm here to talk about the duel between Cad Bane and Boba Fett and whether Bane is truly out of the game.
I'm not dead!
Yeah, he says he's not dead.
Yes, he is. I'm not!
Star Wars has a serious problem when it comes to letting dead characters stay dead.
"'Tis but a scratch." I've had worse. Just a flesh wound. I'm invincible!
Where is Grand Admiral Thrawn?
I'm not dead! I'm getting better!
No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
I feel fine! I think I'll go for a walk! I feel happy! I feel happy!
And I'd prefer to not even mention the sequels.
Somehow Palpatine returned. Somehow Palpatine returned.
They got Chewie! They got him!
I'm not dead!
And now, the season finale, The Book of Boba, has not one, but 2 death fakeouts. Now, you're probably trying to comment, learn to count, Big Z from Lore Star. There was only 1 death fakeout, as anyone who watched to the mid-credit scene knows that Cobb Vanth was the fakeout, seeing that he was being preserved in the Bacta. There was no second fakeout. And I'm so glad that you pointed that out, hypothetical commenter. Okay, well, probably no one's actually typing that because you saw the thumbnail, so you know who I think that the second fakeout is, but still. You're probably actually going to say in the comments, Cad Bane be dead. No way that's a fakeout, not confirmed. So let's address this and look at the facts. Cad Bane was stabbed by Boba, and in the end of the episode, he's not moving. Looks pretty dead to me. But there's a problem. As many astute viewers have pointed out, that might not actually be the case. You see, this flashing light on Cad Bane's vest is identified as a heart monitor. And the creators of the show took great care to show us that that light is still blinking. Now, if that's all that we had to go off of, I could have written this off as an oversight on the side of the creators, forgetting to turn off the blinking light or whatever, and that the theories is nothing more than conspiracy theorists and fellow Cad Bane fanboys who just don't want to see him taken out immediately after his first live-action appearance. But that's actually not all there is. You see, if you listen closely to the audio, you can hear that the heart monitor is actually beeping. This was not a mistake. The audio engineers had to put that beeping sound in there, and each beep perfectly matches a blink on the heart monitor telling us that they are in fact the same device. And that was put in there on purpose. In fact, it's barely noticeable to hear that heart monitor in any other scene with Bane, telling us that the fact that it's this loud and prominent in this scene, it's there so on purpose, much like the spurs at the post-credit scenes for Mando Chapter 5. This is a clear message to the audience as a form of foreshadowing that Bane is not dead.
I'm getting better!
No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today, the interminable stream of death fakeouts in Star Wars. It's this terrible pattern that ensures that no important character will ever have a meaningful end. Now, the instant gratification part of our brains likes this practice. It means that we can continue to enjoy our favorite characters indefinitely. Obviously, the benefit of a story without death is that in other stories, if you kill a character, you can't continue to use that character. But there's a problem with that. The first is the most obvious point and the one that most people point out, and it's that the threat of death brings with it consequences into a narrative. Inversely, and by necessity, a story without death is a story without consequences. But beyond that, I think that there's something even more important at play. You see, death is not only useful as a tool to bring the thread of consequence into a story, but it also has the potential to bring weight and meaning to a character's arc, their development. It allows for the culmination of their growth and the focusing of their story to a singular point. Think back to the death of Vader in Return of the Jedi, or the death of Maul at the hands of Obi-Wan Kenobi. No, not that one. This one. These are beautiful moments that solidify these characters' stories. Maul's story would not have been nearly so powerful without this moment, nor Anakin's redemption without the reality of his sacrifice. And really, for me, Maul's entire narrative now, backwards and forwards, is all defined by the end he finally meets. It ties up his story in such a way that everything he does really is about this vengeance and hatred he has for Kenobi, and the fact that all of that culminates in this moment is just magnificent, and it really enhances all of the previous appearances of Maul that we got in all the preceding materials. To be clear, I would like to say that this complaint does not apply to Force Ghosts, as that still does carry irreversible consequences, and again, to be fair, I do believe that there is a proper time and place to bring back dead characters, particularly when a character with unexpected popularity was unceremoniously killed prematurely, such as Maul the first time, and Boba Fett. But the current state of Star Wars ensures that all characters have no true threat of death. Now, plot armor is always going to be a thing, and fake-out deaths can appear to give you the chance to have meaningful deaths without taking characters out of your narrative, and even though I don't personally believe that the threat of death is necessary in order to tell a compelling story, the perpetual assurance that death is impermanent disallows the audience from feeling anything when the creators actually do decide to kill a character. Think about it. If characters come back from the dead more often than they stay dead, how would you feel when a character actually dies? Or really, would you know if that character actually died? Chances are you'd suspect that it was another fake out. You wouldn't allow yourself to feel it because you'd think, oh, well, they're just going to bring him back in another show in next year or whatever. And if you suspect it's another fake out, then you would be robbed of the emotional weight of every true death. But ultimately, those are just my thoughts, and my question of the day is, what is your favorite death from Star Wars canon? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, because as always, I want to know what you, my friends, have to say about our favorite galaxy far, far away. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, or if you learned absolutely nothing new, you can feel free to leave a thumbs down, completely guilt-free, because that tells me I'm not doing my job. Thank you again for watching, and as always, may the lore be with you, now and forever.